Oh no.
Oh, for God's sake!
Piss off!
Hello, Grumpies. Greetings from the Shadowban dimension. This is our most watched episodes video for Patrick Troughton as Doctor, the Doctor who ensured Doctor Who continued after the loss of Bill Hartnell. Without Troughton's Doctor, there wouldn't have been any other Doctors. And these are the most watched episodes of each of Pat's stories, the ones the Normies watched as they dipped in and out. This is your next viewing marathon, giving you a Normie's eye view of Doctor Who. Well, the Grumpy, it's over to you. Thank you, proper Grumpy. Now, just before we get started, I want to sidebar for a minute. The most watched episode of Bill Hartnell's final story, The 10th Planet, was episode 3, the one he's not in. And the most watched episode of Patrick Troughton's first story, Power of the Daleks, was episode 5, which means most of the Normies missed that first regeneration. 1 minute, the Doctor's Bill Hartnell, 6 weeks later, he's some other fella. So, moving on, after Power of the Daleks episode 5, it was The Highlanders episode 3, The Underwater Menace episode 1, The Moonbase episode 2, The Macra Terror episode 3, The Faceless Ones episode 1, and Evil of the Daleks episode 1, the one they're hardly in. For Pat's second year, the most watched episodes are Tomb of the Cybermen episode 4, The Abominable Snowmen episode 6, The Ice Warriors episode 5, The Enemy of the World episode 4, The Web of Fear episode 4, Fury from the Deep episode 1, The Wheel in Space episode 4, and the repeat of Evil of the Daleks that came after The Wheel in Space and before The Dominators. Again, the most watched episode of that one was episode 1. Pat's third year, The Dominators episode 4, The Mind Robber episode 4, The Invasion episode 1, The Crotons episode 1, Seeds of Death episode 6, The Space Pirates episode 2, and The War Games episode 2. So again, like Bill Hartnell, more people watched part 2 of Pat's last story than watched the last episode where he regenerated and we made our first visit to Gallifrey. It seems Normies aren't that interested in regeneration. At least not as interested as the fans are. And that's it for the Patrick Troughton Doctor. Next time, it's the Pertwee Doctor. Until then, as ever, resist the Marxists, don't be a sheep now, and stay grumpy.
If you're a lefty and have been affected by anything in this video,
Fuck off!